it's stories like this that are my inspiration. I love old pictures like this, and it's the inspiration for my car. I was going to narrow this seat and its friend down to fit the car, and then I had the brainstorm to widen this seat into a bench seat. It's the passenger seat from a Morris Minor, and it has this lovely little folding mechanism which I can then use to make the whole back of the bench seat fold forward. Yes, I sort of have the seat mocked up here, and of course there's a lot to do before I can make it viable. First of all, I have to sort of rework the base because it's just a tad too wide, too deep, which means cutting and shutting the sides a bit. And at the back here, I want to make the top match the profile of the tailpiece on the car, which will take a great deal of jiggery-pokery, I think. And then I need to make the back of the seat so it's not just flat or curving in towards the centre, so that it helps to locate the driver and the passenger. More on this a bit later on. Here we see the seat has been widened. I've put in a front piece and a back piece, and a cross piece between the bottom of the seat back. That should do the trick nicely, I think. Now comes the tricky bit, which is to do the top. I've welded up the base of the seat now, and put the bottom part of the original seats back onto the bottom of the frame, but of course cut down to a new height. So the next little task is to put a new bar across the very bottom of the front of the seat there. Some of you may remember my first attempt to position the headlights. Well, now I've positioned them up higher on beside the grille, and I think they look much better. I've also moved my piece of bling to a position which makes it sit much better on the grille. Of course, now I have to fill in the two holes where the original badge went, but that shouldn't be too much bother. The trick is going to be to make it look like something that Morris could have built. Of course, this is the car that Morris never built. It's a sporting sort of special, and that's why I'm trying to use the right sort of styling cues. This car runs 17-inch wheels, and when they have motorcycle tyres on, they are about the same size as your average British motorcycle. So presently my plan is to buy some rear mudguards off the current model Royal Enfield. Now I can buy these from India for about $60 each, and two would go mounted on the front wheels and two mounted on the back wheels. These have a nice profile. I'm using motorcycle mudguards is something that would have been done in the day for this sort of car. One of the things I got from my brother when I bought the chassis from him was the original identification plates, and these were fixed to the car. When these cars were made and sent to Australia, they were sent without a body, and the bodies were usually built here, either in Brisbane, Sydney or Melbourne. So I suppose that it's almost kosher to build my own body here up here in Queensland. I've run out of gas, and then discovered that my welding regulator was broken, so I've had to order another one. But in the meantime, I've been cutting out some sheet metal to fill in the gaps in the floor, and I've folded up this neat little cover over the gear change extension, which I think looks pretty smart. I love old pictures like this, and it's the inspiration for my car.